What up? Lou Know It back again. So just trying to make more videos. Kind of doing on the side, on the sly. Um, Done a couple political videos recently. Excuse me. Just eating my lunch at work. Um, so I wanted to comment on the whole situation that's been going on with the the storming of the Capitol, Trump's tweets, and then Twitter locking Trump's account. I believe threatening to not reallow him if he doesn't delete certain tweets. You've got people on the right who are saying, the election was stolen, this is justified, or look what, you were, the left was okay with Black Lives Matter riots and protests and stuff like that. And so what's this, what's the difference with this? So here's my take. First of all, if you see my videos, you know that I'm a liberal. I'm a Democrat, registered Democrat. I was never okay with the Black Lives Matter, a lot of that shit. And I got shit from my friends for it. I got called I got called like white supremacists, all kind of bullshit, liberal fucking horse shit. And that's the type of shit that gets me sick about fucking liberals. But anyway, I was critical of it. I was like, listen, they're not doing the defund the police is not a good, I understand what you're trying to do. It's not a good way to phrase it. It doesn't sound good. It sounds like you want to get rid of the police. And then you got some people who are actually saying they do want to get rid of the police. It creates a bad image. Say increase training. That's police need more training. Yes, sure, you could divert some money to social programs and stuff like that. But so I just want to say, like, as a liberal, I never supported. I support Black Lives Matter as a movement, as a concept, but I never supported the violence. I never said the violence is never okay. And so now I don't support this shit either. And yeah, this is one incident, and it's not a lot of people that were hurt and stuff, but they stormed a fucking government building and forced to evacuate. Now that is, I thought that, I thought that the right was the side of, law and order and the Constitution. And it's like, you're not, what's going on? You're not allowing that to happen. So I just think, a lot of you conservative, if you're out there defending them storming the castle as a conservative, like, you're being, a bit of a hypocrite. And don't say, first of all, the whole thing of like they did it first, so it's okay. That's bullshit. That's what 3-year-olds do. 3-year-olds, oh, he hit me first. Like, nah. We are all responsible for our own actions, right? If I go somewhere and I commit a crime, I don't know. Let's see. What's a good example of this? Like in relationships, it happens, right? So like, somebody say somebody destroys something of yours, right? You don't have the right to go and destroy something of theirs. In the courts will say, well, that was still destruction of property. Like, you have the right to, sue them to get the money to restore what they damaged, but you don't have the right to just go and destroy their stuff. And it's like, you can't, in the street, it's like you can't, if you're not defending yourself, like if someone hits someone, you can't just go run over and hit that person and be like, well, they hit somebody first, because, depending on the context, if you're not defending yourself or defending someone else and it's just retribution, that's not the way it works. It's not okay. It's not legal. So just because this was, there was acts of violence perpetrated by people on the left in the streets and stuff, you can't then turn around and say, well, that's why this is okay. Because if either it's okay or it's not. If it's not okay, it's not okay when Black Lives Matter does it. It's not okay when Antifa does it. It's not okay when the Proud Boys do it. And it's not okay when they storm the fucking Capitol. If it is okay when they storm the Capitol, then shut the fuck up about Black Lives Matter and all that stuff, because you obviously don't really care about law and order, and you do feel like violence on some level is the way to affect change. So that's kind of where I stand on all that. Like, I just think it's ridiculous. I think that a lot of the Republicans that I talk to online were all about, like, you know, first of all, we're going to win, definitely. But second of all, like, you know, we're not going to be like Democrats. If we did lose, we're not going to be bitching. We're not going to be complaining, you know. And then what happens? They lose. It's fraud, right? Now, I don't know that there's no fraud. There's no evidence for fraud. There's evidence for the possibility of fraud. I would like to see it investigated further. I think they should investigate it as much as possible. As much as possible. But if you look at the consistency of the results, was the Georgia runoff fraud? Or was the Georgia runoff a response to Trump telling Pence to illegally block electorate counting, electorate, voting? I mean, it's just not. It can't all be fraud. It can't. The House, the Senate. It's happening. It's because a lot of this stuff has happened since the fraud was called out. So they were on watch for it, and it's not. We're not having the same mail-in issues. We're not having the same signature issues. I don't believe it. I don't believe that it was fraud on that kind of a scale. Is it possible? Yes. Should they investigate it more? Yes. Is there proof of fraud? No. And right now we have, a duly elected, president and House and Senate. That's all Dem now. All Dem led, majority. Well, split in the Senate, but that, then the tiebreak goes to Kamala. Don't stop bitching. All I heard from conservatives on the chats that I'm in is stop bitching liberals with the he's not my president, the orange man bad, all that shit. And then what is it now? Now it's socialism bad, the AOC bad, fraud. Like, if you like, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, okay? Let's see if the Dems with the three branches of government, let's see if they turn this country socialist. Because I know that's fucking impossible. Anyone with any kind of real economic knowledge knows that it's impossible. And I don't even have a lot of economic knowledge, but I know this country is founded on too much capitalism, and there's too many people in power that make money from that capitalism, that it would never turn into a socialist country. Never. So, yeah, there may be more social programs. Well, too bad. A lot of people want that. The point is, let's see what happens. But stop crying. Stop bitching. Biden is your president now. So stop with the, all this. And let's move on and see how it goes, But this thing in the Capitol is ridiculous. Hypocritical bullshit. And, conservatives need to own up to that. In the same way that I agreed with conservatives that Democratic leadership did not do a good enough job in condemning the violence of Black Lives Matter. It's the responsibility of Republican leadership and Republicans online, whoever you are, to condemn what happened. And if you don't, you're a hypocrite. You lose the right to complain about other groups doing things like that. And, that's it. So that's where I'm at with the storming of the Capitol and everything, and, what's going on right now. So I'm about to finish my Philly cheese steak and bacon with extra cheese, Domino's pizza. Peace out. I genuinely wish everyone on both sides the best for the new year.